What's going on, everyone? So Miami Gabe is back and in action. Gabe Vincent has been very good this last, 20, 25 games or so. Really started to come into his own, right? He was a guy I was so excited for the Lakers to acquire, so excited for the Lakers to land, because he's a guy that we saw can make an impact, a guy that elevates come playoff time, a guy that can really kind of be that X factor on any given night and on a nightly basis. Does the dirty work, plays defense, gets after it, sacrifices body, chases down loose balls, right? Like, you need those kind of guys. You need the guys that are willing to just do whatever it takes to win a basketball game, complement the stars, hit open shots, right? I've talked about when we got Gabe Vincent, the reason I really like the idea of Gabe Vincent and why I liked him more than like a Dennis Schroeder, right? Talked about Dennis Schroeder's upside and potential on any given night is just higher, right? But he's less consistent, right? Like, Schroeder is a guy that, like, he'll go get you 25, 8, and 7. And you're like, dude, Germany Schroeder, let's go, right? And then the next game, he'll give you like 2 points with like 2 assists, and he's like 1 of 12 from the floor, right? Like, but he was always this pesky, he was always this, but it was also kind of clunky at times, right? Because he's best on ball. The reason I like Gabe Vincent is because I talked about he's more consistent, right? He's a guy that, yeah, he's probably not going to explode like he did last night for 24, right? He's not going to do that on a regular basis, right? Like Schroeder on any given night give you that. But Gabe's a guy that on a nightly basis is going to go give you, probably 8 to 12 a night, right? Knock down a couple threes, do the dirty work, but just fits better alongside guys like LeBron. And now you got Luka. Right, so he fits better alongside guys like Luka because he's a guy that can initiate the offense and then immediately play off ball and be that catch and shoot 3-point threat, right? That's why I was so excited to get a guy like Gabe Vincent long before, Luka. Luka just makes Gabe even better because, again, Gabe can also initiate, get the ball to Luka, and then immediately go play off ball, get to the corner, get to wherever he needs to go, and gives, Luka that outlet pass while also still giving you that pesky defender, give you that point of attack defense out on the perimeter. So he's a guy that I really was excited to add to the Lakers, and then he got hurt. And in the games he played, he was awful. He was like 11% from 3-point range and like 20% from fly, but he was just bad. I mean, he wasn't great defensively. He was, even this year, to start this season, he was statistically the worst player in basketball. Remember a couple seasons ago, Patrick Beverley was literally the worst offensive player in all of basketball and was like one of the worst players statistically in all of basketball. Yeah, Gabe was trying to give Patrick Beverley a run for his money to start this season. And then he just hit the switch and he just figured it out. And he was just really good. And just game after game after game after game just came in and really kind of helped, just contribute to wins. And I really love what we've seen from Gabe Vincent on both sides of the basketball. He's been getting after it on the defense side and hitting the open shots. So you look at Gabe, and I love that he's 28 years old. He's also on an expiring contract next year, by the way, which is something to keep in mind. I'm curious to see what the Lakers do with him. But, you look at last night, which was his best game as a Laker by far. 24 points, right? 3 assists, but he was 8 of 12 from the floor, 6 of 9 from 3-point range, and contributed with 24 points, which is huge. But on the season this year, in just under 21 minutes per game, 55 games played, which is good because he's played games too, where you look at last year, he played 11 games, right? He shot 30.6% last season from the field and 10.7% from 3-point range. That is awful, right? But this year, 21 minutes per game on average. He's shooting 39.7% from the floor, which still isn't great, but he's shooting 34% from 3-point range. Again, keep this in mind. This is the average for the entire season, right? He is shooting over 40% the last 20 or so games, but he was so bad early on, literally the worst statistical player in the league. That's not an exaggeration. That's not me hey, Tyler, you're being, no, it was literally what was happening. So he's skyrocketed his percentages over the last few games. So again, 34% from the 3-point range on the season, but he's been much better than that the last, like I said, 20 games or so. He's shooting 50. He has an EFG of 51.8%. He's shooting 53.4% from 2-point range on the season. He is shooting 69% from the free throw line, but he did make his free throws in the clutch last game. He just doesn't take a bunch. He's averaging 0.3 free throws per game. So free throw numbers are a little, it's kind of hard to measure. He's never been a big free throw shooter guy because he's primarily out on the perimeter. He's primarily a catch and shoot three guy. Again, a point guard, initiate the offense, and then play off ball, right? That's what he's always been for his career. So he's not a guy that takes a bunch of free throws. He's averaging 1.2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, a steal, half a block, and 6 points per game, which, again, has gone up since then. But, again, he's a guy that if he can continue and maintain the level in which he is playing and maintaining, then that's huge for the Lakers, right? Particularly come playoff time. Because again, he is a guy that is known to elevate come playoff time. He's not afraid of the moment. He's a guy that can hit big shots down the stretch. He's a guy that can defend the best player on the other team at the guard position. He doesn't have the size to defend out on the perimeter and kind of bigger guys. But he's a guy that can defend. He does defend bigger. It's just he gives up the lack of size. So you want to make sure he's defending guards. But he's a guy that, again, I like for his constant, right? He's a guy that you can clock in on a nightly basis and you know what he's going to give you. You know what he's going to bring you. You know what type of effort on a nightly basis he's going to give. You know what type of defensive effort on a nightly basis he's going to give. You know what type of shot making he can give you on a nightly basis. Obviously, look, bad shooting nights happen. Good shooting nights happen. There's all the in-betweens. But over the last, quarter of the season thus far, he's been very consistent, right? He's been a guy that we've talked about more often than not, like in just live streams and stuff about like, hey, dude, this guy's balling out, right? Like this guy's doing everything we could ask for and then some, right? We talked about Miami Gabe is back. And it's been great because it's at the right time. And I'm not expecting him to give you 24 a night, right? Like that's a little unrealistic of an ask in my opinion. But can he give you, say, 8, like I said, 8 to 12 a night on any given night, but play that defense, be that X factor, be that key contributor, lock in, defend on multiple positions, defend and make the big play. Because again, especially once you get to the playoffs and you get into those tight, grueling series, right? And you get to those series where, like one sequence can be the difference between you winning a game or losing a game or even a series, just through momentum shifts and change and all that stuff, right? Like you see, like great example was the Denver series last year, right? Who was it? Aaron Gordon gets they shoot the ball on like the fast break transition. They miss. Aaron Gordon gets the rebound, kicks it out to Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. shoots the shot, hits the shot, game's over, right? We lose. And it just changed and shifted everything, right? Because otherwise that's a series. If that doesn't happen, Lakers get that rebound, going back the other way, Lakers probably win that game, right? Because that shot tied it. So Lakers probably go down the court, win that game. It's a completely different series, right? But that one sequence, that one just hustle play of Aaron Gordon getting the rebound, falling out of bounds, kicking it out to Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. gets the ball, shoots the shot, knocks it down, right? Like those little things are the difference. Gabe Vincent's a guy that can give you those type of plays, right? Loose ball, tracks it down, hustles, grabs the ball, kicks it out, right? Like, or secures the rebound going the other way, right? Or whatever, hits the big shot because he's not afraid of the moment. Right, LeBron or Luka or whoever has the ball, they're penetrating, they're collapsing the defense. Boom, easy kick out. Gabe Vincent's right there, clutch, knock it down. Right, like he's a guy that can be that momentum shifter, that momentum change in a playoff series, help win you a playoff game, maybe several, right, and help you win a series. And that's what I'm excited for with Gabe Vincent, and that's what I was looking forward to come. When we signed him last year. Got to the playoffs, all that stuff, and he wasn't able to provide that. He got injured, and then he was just really bad out there on the basketball court. And then he started this season, and it was like, here we go, like another Miami signing. We got this Kendrick Nunn 2.0 all over again, right? It's like, man, you got to get rid of Gabe Vincent. This guy's got we cannot keep this guy, right? Myself included. I was even like, dude, this guy's just not good. It's unfortunate. It sucks. And he's making us all eat our words. I love it. right? Like, I will gladly take a big piece of humble pie because Gabe Vincent has been balling out, right? I will glad, like, if he wins a playoff game or helps us win a series and is a big contributor or, you know, a big piece on a finals run or something like that, you know, give me the whole humble cake. I'll spoon feed that, no problem, right? Because at the end of the day, that's all I want. I just want these players to be good. But it's just like, dude, we had a year and a quarter sample size of him just being awful, right? So I can only judge him on where we're at that point. And it's just like, dude, the guy has been abysmally bad, right? It's just been terrible. Turn it around. Give him credit, man. Gabe Vincent, the dude he's been money. He really has, and it's been great to see. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Disagree? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.